There's nothing wrong. Nigerian debt today, even to those who are in it, Nigerian debt today to GDP is low. Nigerian debt to revenue is high. So what you need to do is to work on the revenue side. And to work on the revenue side is very simple. Remove this country from consumption to production. You can't have a vast country like Nigeria of 260 million people living on 923,000 square kilometers of land. Our total export last year, Charles, even by the official rate, because they always argue with me when I use the other rate, is $47 billion. That is unacceptable. What are other countries doing? That is totally unacceptable. A country like Netherlands, if you minus water, it's 33,000 square kilometers of land. Belgium is 30.9 thousand square kilometers of land. These two countries are just 64,000. In terms of population, Belgium is 12 million. Netherlands is about 17.5. Call it that two of them is about 30 million people. Total export 2021 is about 1.2 trillion. Well, 16 million people could not do living on 900. If you minus we still have 800 something thousand square kilometers remaining. If you minus 30,000, our population is still about 180. And we cannot do 5% of the export. Come on. And our youth, very talented, energetic, all you need is invest in them. Very simple. Every other country of the world is doing it. If you invest in our youth today, you train them, invest in them today, they'll change the world. All these boys you're chasing and say, yeah, you boys, the talents you're missing, I can change the world. They are your Bill Gates. They are your Bezos. All you need is to do, there's a lot this country can do. So it's a question of turn it around, increase your revenue, because the more you put people out of poverty, you're not getting revenue today because you have 100 million people living in poverty. You have the highest with unemployment in the world. The more you put them out of poverty, the more you get revenue. You can't go and tax people who are not doing anything. You cannot, because they're not productive, there's no income coming from that. So you have a problem.
I think most people would agree with you that there is a problem. I mean, you mentioned this at the outset. The key issue here is the solution. And you're not telling us what
the solution is. That, what I'm telling you, you have to pull this youth out of poverty.
Yeah, but how? What are you going to do?
Very simple. You see, you just said about our debts. If those monies we borrowed were properly invested, we won't be what we are today.
Yeah, but if they were not properly invested, which is what you're suggesting,
because
what would
they were
then
consumed.
Yeah. What would you then do to fill the gap?
Thank you. The new resources you're going to get, whether borrowed or not, you invest it. Just let me give you an example. If I read a news recently which said Nigeria in the past 20 years have borrowed 225 trillion naira over the past 20 years. Let's say it's 200 trillion, which if you divide by 500, will give you about $400 billion, I'm right. Tony Elumelu, his foundation, MD, told in this hotel, during a symposium or one of his events, said that for every $5,000 they gave out to an entrepreneur, young fellow, after 1 year, he or she creates 20 jobs. after 1 year. Assuming we had done what other countries of the world had done, decided to support these young people and spend a quarter of that $400 billion on them. $100 billion would have been, divide 5,000, would have gone to 20 million entrepreneurs. Assuming they created a quarter of the job, just a quarter of the job she said they will create if they give them 5,000. That is 100 million jobs. We have not more than 2 or 3% unemployment today. That's what the country of our size needs. Indonesia have less than 10%. They're 220 something percent. That's the country of our size. Vietnam, all these countries have unemployment less than 10%. That's where we should be if we have done the right things. And you can still do it. It will be difficult, as I said, it will be difficult, but it's not impossible. There's areas you can start today dealing with. When I talk about insecurity, your greatest source of foreign exchange revenue today, 50% or more is stolen oil. These are where you have to provide security, ensure you enter money, curtail your corruption, deal with cost of governance, deal with issues of subsidy. All this, when you deal with them, you bring down your exposure to a manageable level, which gives you room to earn more revenue, gives you room to even borrow more, but this time strictly for investment, not for consumption. If you remove subsidy today, management of your debt comes to a level you can manage it, helps your inflation, because this is what is fiscal recklessness that is worsening our inflation today. It's fiscal recklessness that is pushing our exchange rate towards out. There's so many things you can deal with. And these things are not difficult.
And if, I mean, you've used the term restructure a number of times. I mean, you talked about restructuring the security services, you talked about restructuring the economy and all the rest of it. Are we likely to see a major political and fiscal restructuring of Nigeria if you win, as some of your key supporters are demanding, or you're not likely to go that far?
No, remember, I said we need to restructure the country. It is for the good of the country.
But are we talking about constitutional?
Yes, it will be, but that will take time.
Right.
But there's one you have to deal with.
Right.
We can't wait to start pulling people out of poverty until the constitution is changed. No, it's like telling somebody that you're waiting, that they can't eat until no. Pulling people out of poverty, you don't need to wait for that type of restructure. Dealing with issues of security, you don't need to wait for constitutional restructure. Those ones will happen. But they will happen. I'm determined. I believe in it. And it is for the interest of the whole nation. We will agree. We're not going to. It's not as if it's something I'll get in there and say, okay, this is going to happen. No. What you need to do is to bring a conversation, a dialogue that can make for the society. We're in a democracy. You're not going to rule by force or by fears, but by consensus. So you're going to start talking. People need to start hearing you. All this is I'm promising, you need to communicate it to the people. The people have to see visible, measurable movement. No excuses, no blames. It is not the job of a leader is not blame, to be blame and blame. It's not to be given an excuse, it's to provide a solution and solving problems.
So communication is essential.
Precise, but embedded with solving the problem and providing solution, not to be blaming or complaining. It's not going to say, oh, what I saw or what those people did before I came in. No, 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 no. If those people were doing well, we won't hire you. We hired you not to remind us about the past. So the young people today want to hire me, not to start reminding them that they were jobless yesterday, but that I've started providing them job. We are now at 35% unemployment, 55% youth unemployment. So next time I'm talking to them, I'm telling them, yes, we've now gone down to 40, 45, we're going to 45, 40, 35. That's what they want to hear. Not to remind them about the past, not to give them an excuse why it wouldn't happen. No, 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 that's not the job of a leader.
And you talked about this new Nigeria that you envision, where communication is an essential part of it, bringing all the disparate elements together so we can sit at a table and talk. Would you, for instance, be prepared to sit down and negotiate with militants, and bandits and terrorists?
No, no, no. Let me say, everybody, those who are agitating, those who are disagreeing, you first start by dialogue. You first start by discussing. No matter who, I will discuss with everybody so that you know when to draw a line and say, well, listen, we've tried to use this, we've tried to use it, it's not working. And that's it.
So as a short-term stopgap measure for dealing with insecurity, you would sit down with bandits and terrorists?
If bandits are not among the people I'm going to discuss. Right. Bandits are bandits.
So you're going to hit them with a hammer?
That wouldn't be what I'm going to do with them, but I'm going to deal with it decisively.
Right.
Those who want to be discussed will be discussed with. Those who are agitating, those who feel unhappy, those who are not this, my job is to bring them to the table. You're a leader. You must listen. You must learn. You must dialogue. That is why you're there. And you must communicate to the people. That's why they hired you.
I like the word hired.
Yes.
That's an important word.
That's what we're doing now. We're trying to hire the new CEO of the enterprise called Nigeria. So everybody now has to come with a CV and say, this is what I can do. And you have to communicate it to the people. Like I said, I'm saying to them directly, not to probes, not to spokespersons. So they can take notes of what I say, I will do. And when I get in there, see it visibly, measure it.
And of course, in the process of talking directly to those people, as you put your CV to them and they interview you for the job, they will need to know about yourself. I mean, you're one of the front runners and one of the main players in this election. Who is Peter Obi?
Just me.
Well, not me, for the audience.
My name is Peter Obi.
I thought so.
Everybody knows. They know with my date of birth is known. They know where I was born. I was born in Onitsha. I was born, everybody knows where I was born. In a place they call Waterside Hospital. It's known everywhere. I went to a school beside the Waterside called Santa Maria and St. Augustine, and I went to the Christ King College. I think I went to the same secondary school as you.
I was there very briefly, for a year.
So that's it. So at least you know that I went there. Everybody knows the secondary school I went. And then from there I went to University of Nigeria and Nsukka. Everybody that was in Nsukka when I was there, at least one word that I know there was somebody called Peter Obi in the university. And I left there and I've been part of other schools like Oxford, Cambridge and everything. So this is me. I'm married, I have 2 kids, 2 graduates, 1 girl, 1 boy, happily married, everything. And that's it.
And talk to us about your route into politics and public service. Was that always an area of interest for you? Was that always what you had in mind when you started your professional career?
I don't know how I got involved with that chance. Everybody knows my career. I was a trader, I was a businessman. I'm a wealth creator. I'm somebody who likes, I love trading, I love business, you know, and it's something I do every day, even to today. I like saying, okay, well, listen, if we do this, this is going, and that's what I do. I consult and advise people today. But obviously, I can't do it again because I found out that the public space needs more people of character, integrity, competence, capacity, commitment to do the right thing. Because if you get it, you deal with one of the greatest problems of this country today, you know, it's corruption. So when you're talking about where you're going to get the money, if you reduce the money people are stealing, if you reduce waste, you're going to deal with it. Charles, we're the only OPEC country that is not producing our quota, apart from Venezuela. Because of what? They have sanctions. In our own, it's because of stealing, because of all sorts of things. And you know that nobody can steal oil unless you are powerful or you're involved with government. And I can tell you, look at the laws. In July alone, out of 1.8 million barrels we allowed daily, we could only do 1,083,000, losing 717 per day. A country that needs every $1, $1 we need it. We're losing 717. Multiply with 31 days. Charles is 22,227,000 barrels in July. And an average of $110,000, we lost $2,445,000,000. That's what we lost. In August, it was even worse. 975 barrels a day. We were losing 825. Multiplied by 31 days, about 25 million barrels. An average in August was about 100. So we lost $2.5 billion in August. It can't go on this way.
So what are you going to do about corruption then? I mean, beyond plugging the holes, will you be arresting people, prosecuting them?
Charles, first is that I'm not going to do well on yesterday. Yesterday is gone. I've said it before. You can't shut your shop and be chasing thieves. Because by the time you come back, goods have expired, you've lost customers, so you're in a worse situation. So, we're going to deal with it from the day I start. Charles, I said all of us are going to say the same thing. But how do you evaluate us based on issue we discussed? Corruption. How did the person manage the last opportunity where he served? The measure of corruption perception index today is one thing. How you manage public resource. So if you're a governor, includes allocation of land. Did you allocate all of them to yourself, to your wife and your family? Appointments. How did you do the appointments? Fiscal management of funds and everything. Charles, go to Anambra State. If you see one line of Anambra State government allocated to Prioty, directly or indirectly, come and stop contesting. Go to Anambra State and see whether there's anybody related to me that will serve as a commissioner. Come and stop. I can go on and on. Of course, you know how I manage their money. Anybody can accuse me of anything, but Charles, I left in 3 banks in Nigeria. I didn't say one. Access Bank, $50 million and over 10 billion naira. Fidelity Bank, $50 million over 10 billion naira. Diamond Bank, $50 million over 10 billion. Nobody asked me to do this. I decided that we must have a future savings. And I started saving. These are monies that were converted into anything. Use it anyhow. I was number one in MDG, Millennium Development Goals. So it wasn't because of lack of achievement. We were number one state by the time MDG was concluded in the year 2015. Recognized by the presidency and the UNDP that Anambra performed number one in that measure, clear measure of development, because we deal with the issue of pulling people out of poverty, issue of education, issue of health. So this is not, it's just like saying today, Bloomberg released a poll, it's not Prioty and Sons poll. This is UNDP. I can't manipulate them. So when people say to me, oh, you didn't achieve it, I said, UNDP. There's only one measure of development from year 2000 to year 2015. Millennium Development Goals. That's what China used. India development agenda that made them to pull 439 million people out of poverty. I became governor of Anambra State in 2006. We started implementing it in 2008. So we lost 7 years.
Right.
But the year 2015, I was number one in the country. I wasn't owing anybody, government, civil servant, salary, pension, gratuity, either I left office. No contractor or supplier who had consummated his transaction or executed his contract that was being owed. And I left equivalent, as at then, 75 billion naira of $500 million. Until today, Anambra has not paid me 1 naira as entitlement since I left office. So go and check. That is why am I saying this? If you say you're going to manage corruption, let's see how you manage the last one.
Right. Okay. Well,
so we can trust you. They said penny wise,
pound foolish. Well, I'm
so if
sure,
you can manage a penny, we can give you a pound.
Yes, I'm sure this is going to come up again and again, because obviously we've entered the campaign season now. But I want to tell you that I'm enormously grateful to you for taking the time to come and talk to us and to the millions of people who are watching you tonight. You had a very long day, but you kept your word and you came here, and we're very grateful for that. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Mr. Prioty is, of course, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party. You're watching Arise Prime Time. A little more still ahead as we continue this program, and we will be talking to our analysts in a minute. Stay with us.
Of impunity in government by corrupt political class are fed up. They want their lives back. They want the security of their lives and properties. They want to put an end to medical trips abroad by political class and their families. They are fed up with collapsed health care service of Nigerian hospitals. They are fed up with collapsed education system of Nigerian schools. They are fed up with joblessness of youths who are being pushed to the extreme to survive. The Biafrans, the Oduduwas, the Arawas, and all the ethnic nationalities in Nigeria are fed up with the failed state called Nigeria. It is time for a political revolution.
Now we, the government.
Revolution is in the air. Nigerians who are victims of impunity in government are fed up. They want their lives back. They want the security of their lives and properties. They are fed up with collapsed health care service of Nigerian hospitals. They are fed up with joblessness of youths who are being pushed to the extreme to survive. The Biafrans, the Oduduwas, the Arawas, and all the ethnic nationalities in Nigeria are fed up with the failed state called Nigeria. It is time for a political revolution. by corrupt political class are fed up. They want their lives back. They want the security of their lives and properties. They want to put an end to medical trips abroad by political class and their families. They are fed up with collapsed health care service of Nigerian hospitals. They are fed up with collapsed education system of Nigerian schools. They are fed up with joblessness of youths who are being pushed to the extreme to survive. The Biafrans, the Oduduwas, the Arawas, and all the ethnic nationalities in Nigeria are fed up with the failed state called Nigeria. It is time for a political revolution.
Now we the problem.
Revolution is in the air. Nigerians who are victims of impunity in government by corrupt political class are fed up. They want their lives back. They want the security of their lives and properties. They want to put an end to medical trips abroad by political class and their families. They are fed up with collapsed health care service of Nigerian hospitals. They are fed up with collapsed education system of Nigerian schools. They are fed up with joblessness of youths who are being pushed to the extreme to survive. The Biafrans, the Oduduwas, the Arawas, and all the ethnic nationalities in Nigeria are fed up with the failed state called Nigeria. It is time for a political revolution.
Now we the problem.
Revolution is in the air. Nigerians who are victims of impunity in government by corrupt political class are fed up. They want their lives back. They want the security of their lives and properties. They want to put an end to medical trips abroad by political class and their families. They are fed up with collapsed health care service of Nigerian hospitals. They are fed up with collapsed education system of Nigerian schools. They are fed up with joblessness of youths who are being pushed to the extreme to survive. The Biafrans, the Oduduwas, the Arawas, and all the ethnic nationalities in Nigeria are fed up with the failed state called Nigeria. It is time for a political revolution.
Now we the problem.
Yeah, we are back again from the interactive section Mr. Prioty had with Arise Television, and we're going to have a exclusive interaction on this very interview being granted by Arise TV on the man Prioty. He explained a whole lot of things, but we're going to take them one after the other, bordering around national issues, restructuring, security, economy, and what he mentioned, something which he said that is his top priority, pulling many Nigerians out of poverty. And I can tell you, poverty is one of the things that is actually driving insecurity and all manner of violent crimes we are experiencing in Nigeria today. You can take that home. So by tomorrow, we expect to actually deal with this whole thing tomorrow. Okay, so in case you missed anything, you will be, carried along by tomorrow evening on Political Review. We are going to examine everything that Mr. Prioty said today on Arise Television. Okay, so you sit back there, you keep subscribing, you keep liking. If you are not yet subscribed on this channel, please click on the subscription button, because this is a platform that sells all the necessary and important information you need to know about this ballot revolution. Talking about the ballot revolution, talking about the political movement, which I am proud to be part of, those who ignited it. You can take it home through GGM, Good Governance Ministry. So by tomorrow evening, 7 p.m., we'll be right back again on this same program to dissect everything, while we hope in earnest, before the campaign kicks off or before the election, Prioty will grace this channel live and direct here with me. So thank you for watching this far, and I hope you all enjoyed the program, and we look forward to having you guys back on this channel. All right, we hope to have you guys back on this channel. Keep subscribing, keep liking, keep sharing what we're dropping. It is an eye-opener. We expose every step, and there are a lot of things that we obedient Nigerians must do, very important, which is the issue of the campaign, the best strategy that will give this campaign the kind of result that is needed. Extremely important. So, as an obedient Nigerian, as part of this revolution, be ready to play your own role in this entire movement. And I can rest assure you, you will not be disappointed. I'm signing out from now, hoping to have you guys live on Political Review tomorrow at this time. Then we can take your calls, then we can take your opinions and all the rest of them. And I'll be dropping a video after this. You need to watch that video. It is extremely important. Share it, especially to all Nigerian youths in Nigeria today. And you will now see how desperate the APC presidential candidate is to grab power at all costs, using all manner of instruments, including political talks and cultists. Just watch that expository video that will open the eyes of everyone and give everyone, put everyone on alert on what is to come. And just watch that video, as I'll be dropping it immediately after I wrap up this program. Thank you. God bless you. Stay safe at all time. I'm signing out, Masuchin Peters, saying stay safe. It is very important in Nigeria today. Nigerians who are victims of impunity in government by corrupt political class are fed up. Revolution is in the air. Nigerians who are victims of impunity in government by corrupt political class are fed up. They want their lives back. They want the security of their lives and properties. They want to put an end to medical trips abroad by political class and their families. They are fed up with collapsed health care service of Nigerian hospitals. They are fed up with collapsed education system of Nigerian schools. They are fed up with joblessness of youths who are being pushed to the extreme to survive. The Biafrans, the Oduduwas, the Arawas, and all the ethnic nationalities in Nigeria are fed up with the failed state called Nigeria. It is time for a political revolution.
Now we the government.
Revolution is in the air. Nigerians who are victims of impunity in government by corrupt political class are fed up. They want their lives back. They want the security of their lives and properties. They want to put an end to medical trips abroad by political class and their families. They are fed up with collapsed health care service of Nigerian hospitals. They are fed up with collapsed education system of Nigerian schools. They are fed up with joblessness of youths who are being pushed to the extreme to survive. The Biafrans, the Oduduwas, the Arawas, and all the ethnic nationalities in Nigeria are fed up with the failed state called Nigeria. It is time.
On this day, we marched for Peter. 1 million of us. All not from Twitter. For a common cause. From across Nigeria. We march from home. We march for hope.
There is no part that will not get this message. Secretariat to Secretariat. Market to Market. Party to Party. Church to Church. Mosque to Mosque. School to School. University to University. The Nigerian people are.
Change Nigeria with your votes. These are the turning Nigeria to production content.
Every day, without risk. We vote for confidence. Vote for the
is our driver. Labour Party is our vehicle. Our Sorrow is our destination. We the people are the structure. Our new Nigeria is our desire. Our resolve is unshakable. Our dream is possible. We are all obedient. So help us, so help us, so
Revolution is in the air. Nigerians who are victims of impunity in government by corrupt political class are fed up. They want their lives back. They want the security of their lives and properties. They want to put an end to medical trips abroad by political class and their families. They are fed up with collapsed health care service of Nigerian hospitals. They are fed up with collapsed education system of Nigerian schools. They are fed up with joblessness of youths who are being pushed to the extreme to survive. The Biafrans, the Oduduwas, the Arawas, and all the ethnic nationalities in Nigeria are fed up with the failed state called Nigeria. It is time.
On this day, we marched for Peter. 1 million of us. All not from Twitter. For a common cause. from across Nigeria. We march from home. We march for hope.
There is no part that will not get this message. Secretariat to
Secretariat.
market to
Market.
party to
Party.
church to
Church.
mosque to
Mosque.
school to
School.
university to
University.
the Nigerian people are.
Change Nigeria with your votes. Give our returning Nigeria to production company.
Are we there? Without risk. We vote for confidence. Vote for the solution.
Israel, be Israel.